Hey, everybody. Welcome to Flash Fried. It's that time once again. We're going to be doing Flash Fried a little differently from now on. From now on, we're going to be streaming the first half directly to the channel, streaming the second half directly to our patrons only.
Ooh, does that mean the plebs get to feel the burn immediately?
Yeah, that means that from now on, when we were like, all right, plebs, you've had enough. Time for us to go to the patrons. It's not going to be something that we're saying in the past and then broadcasting later. It's going to be, they're going to hear us in the moment. They're going to feel that sting. They're going to feel that little whip against their ass.
They're getting half fried, dude.
Maybe they like it. And if you do like it, there's plenty more whips and chains. Once you cross the paywall, right on over into patron land. As badly as we treat you horrible, horrible plebs, that's how well you will be treated as a patron. If you like your ass spanked, we'll spank your ass. You like your dick sucked, we'll suck your dick. We'll do any fucking thing. We're fucking whores. You hear me? We're your fucking whores. But until you sign up, you're our whores. And we're going to fucking treat you like the piece of shit you are. You
wow, I don't know that you can call everybody our whores like within the first 15
seconds. They're our whores,
seconds.
Paul. They're our whores.
All right, well, when this, I have a feeling this is going to be the first and last episode that we do like this. We're about to have our streaming revoked here on the channel, folks.
Well,
you guys are getting half fried, dude. It's like, so you know what? You deep fat fry a turkey. Instead of cooking it all the way through for you guys, we pull it about halfway. Some of it's raw in the middle. Enjoy your raw little middle bits.
Enjoy your raw middle.
You get the fully fried, juicy.
I want to dedicate this episode to fucking over dreamstime.com. I didn't care about your little stupid watermark. I still used your image anyway. So go suck a dick. I don't care.
Fuck you, dreamstime.net or whatever the fuck
I want to dedicate this episode to Dinor, who people may not have noticed is sleeping on his little bed right there in his little sweater. This is this one goes out to Dinor.
Aw, he's so cute.
I know.
I got no argument with that. I love Dinor.
Dinor's cool.
He adorable.
I miss Dinor.
Yeah.
Gotta ship him over here one day.
All right.
Fucking
I'll ship him.
Get him from the bunker down to Louisiana, down to the swamp.
I'll stuff him in a crate.
Plebs, let's storm DFF. Hey, you can try.
Oh shit, dude! Insurrectionists.
Try.
That's already been done plenty of times. It's nothing new.
Hey, we're not the Capitol Hill police, okay? We're not going to be moving the barriers for you, and inviting you in, all right, and joining the protest with you. We got goons. We got goons out here, and they are brutal.
We got goons with a tire iron out here, man.
Yeah.
And you've seen Paul's battle ball in the intro to our show. You know what that's like.
You don't want to face that.
I got a fucking dragon. Scotty's got a fucking fleet of ships. I mean, you don't want to fuck with all that, do you?
No.
I mean, you're free to try. You're free to try.
No, do what you do.
TJ won the bet. How did I win the bet? Unless the headline, I'm going to go to Drudge Report right now. I better see the headline, Trump gone.
Trump gone.
You're not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm seeing the exact opposite headline. Fuck you. You got my hopes up for nothing.
TJ didn't win shit.
Come on, TJ. Look, TJ. I'll be generous to you. I'll give you $100 off. You pay today. Save yourself $100. Just pay now. Get it over with.
Scotty trying to hedge that heart attack bet.
You ain't getting one red fucking penny, Scotty, until that motherfucker makes it to the very
end. I propose we do a live stream, TJ, of the inauguration where you pay me on the live stream.
That seems only fair. As soon as Biden has done his swearing in shit, you owe.
Yeah.
One of you owes.
He puts his hand on that worthless book called the Bible. You know, I mean, the minute that happens, you got to pay me.
Right. And if Trump happens to leave office by any means between now and that date, that's a week from now, then you got to pay TJ on that stream.
I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't think it was going to be like any tension about this. Like, I thought, okay, either Trump's going to be reelected or he's going to lose, and that's going to be it, and I'm going to get paid.
Dude, I stopped trying to predict shit like this with Trump. You just can't. You never know. You never know what the fuck is going to happen.
I mean, impeached a second time. I'm sure we're going to get into it, but just still a crazy news week politically for the U.S. But like Paul said, when is it not crazy?
I mean, we haven't had a non-crazy one in about a year, so I guess it's just going to be that way forever now. TJ, you look very scholarly today.
Yeah, I'm fucking intellectual and highfalutin and shit.
Yeah, look at you. Cool. A few days ago, you looked
glasses, got my fucking hair.
You're like
I combed my fucking hair for this. That's how much I care about this show. You know what I mean?
You like a few shows. A few shows ago, you looked like a member of the Muslim Brotherhood, and now you kind of look like a history professor at a college or something. You know what I mean? Like, hello, I'm Mr. Kirk. Please be quiet in the back there.
There ain't no please in my class.
Oh, in the back?
Hey, I'm Professor Kirk. Sit the fuck down. We're gonna learn some things.
We're gonna learn some stuff.
For instance, did you know that the CIA has declassified some UFO documents recently?
I did not know that.
This is from The Sun, the U.S. version of The Sun, which fucking pretty much the most reputable source there is.
Yeah, I mean.
ET Online, CIA declassified UFO documents are now online as Black Vault reveals mystery explosions and contact with aliens.
Proven.
Case closed.
Aliens are here.
Don't fucking worry about it. Don't fret. Don't frown. The aliens are here. You know what's going on. Don't even fucking deny it. Don't lie to yourself.
Look at the picture right there. Oh my God.
Holy shit. Is this real?
This is real, dude.
A treasure trove of CIA files about UFO sightings across the globe has been published online. The dossier is bursting with hundreds of declassified records containing once top secret information on unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs. Known as the Black Vault, the database is available thanks to a decades-long effort to access the CIA's records, which date back to as far as the 1980s. Campaigner John Greenwald Jr., who operates the website, I don't know what they mean by the website. I guess I could click on it.
Hover over the website. It says
the Black. Okay, it's the blackvault.com.
Okay.
It says it contains the CIA claims. What the CIA claims is all of its documents on UAPs. UAP is the government preferred term for aerial objects that experts cannot immediately identify or explain. Many may turn out to be tricks of light or a fault in pilots' instruments. Yeah, we've heard it all now. But a handful of targets of investigations by the Pentagon are targets. Greenwald who began investigating UFOs. What's that, Scotty?
Go up a little bit.
Okay.
You guys know what that is?
It's a UFO.
I don't fucking know. UFO.
Yeah. Well, if you don't know, it is a UFO.
A fucking UFO. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why are people even debating this? We have images right here that prove there's UFOs.
I mean, there's definitely UFOs. Yeah. The question is whether or not they're alien spacecraft.
They are. This official website. Look, if the Sun's reporting it, guys. I mean, I don't think there's any question. You guys question this news?
Well, those of you that aren't dumb, I know this is the pleb part of the episode, but will those of you who aren't dumb tell the ones that in chat that YouTube often requires a refresh sometimes at the beginning of streams, and if they just reload the page, everything is fine. The stream
refresh. Quit being pussies and refresh.
I know, seriously. Like, hit the refresh button and quit crying in the goddamn chat. Thank you.
I like
blah. Anyway, so aliens are real. Case closed. Just thought I'd let you guys know. You can check out the document.
Tell me something I don't know, TJ. Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah,
I knew this.
It's contact with aliens. I mean, they've been here.
I mean, look,
quite some time. Like, do you think all this weird shit? Like, think about 2020. 2020 was the year that they really started meddling in our affairs. That's why it was such a weird year. That's why all that weird shit happened. COVID-19, that was created in an alien fucking lab. That didn't come from Wuhan, China. That came from planet Wuhan and the fucking China Nebula, maybe, but it didn't come from Earth's China. So just fucking put up everything you thought you knew and understood. Put that shit to bed. That doesn't matter anymore. That's irrelevant. That's a lie. All right. So on to less important news. Nearly 4 million Americans have been out of work for at least 6 months. Probably also related to aliens, by the way.
Fake. This is fake news. CNN.
Yeah. So, whoa. Yeah. Why we even pull this? Why we pull this? Why we
pulled the Sun, an actual reputable news source?
Yeah.
Who pulled this?
Only the Sun from now on.
Network.
Only the Sun. Only the Sun and the Daily Caller from now on.
Charles, nearly 4 guys. Look, this is impossible. There's no way. I was like driving around the other day, and everyone was working. Every person I saw working, busy. There's no way.
Here comes the sun. Doo-doo.
Yeah.
Jennifer. Yeah, go ahead.
You and I, honestly, we recorded a little grease trap earlier for our patrons.
About similar issues, yeah.
And we were kind of going down the road of, you know, at what point are we going to get past on the left? And I know you're not really a person that does this, but there is a huge contingent of people who, when you bring up these issues and point out how much worse it's gotten for the average working person, they call you a class reductionist.
That sounds like some class reductionist would say.
Right.
You just want to ignore all other issues and just focus exclusively on class.
When, like, honestly, like race and class are inextricably linked in this country. In fact, part of the racial issues that people want addressed is the ghettoization of black neighborhoods and the inability of young black people to find jobs, and the income equality that comes with the upward mobility for black people versus white people or other races. They want that shit addressed, and yet they don't want to talk about how shit has slipped down the fucking toilet in the last 40 years.
Yeah, one of the things that you $10 patrons can look forward to, I think this Friday when we release the episode, is us talking about how the one of the things we discuss is how the black-white income gap has failed to narrow even after all this time. All this fucking woke virtue signaling shit has done nothing to close the income gap between blacks and whites.
At least as far as we can tell, from 1970 to 2018.
It has not improved even slightly. You know what has improved is the fucking position of the top 20%. And you know it's really improved by leaps and bounds is the position of the top 1%. But the position of black America has not improved even slightly. I know that there's a huge problem with trans people being homeless when they're kicked out of their, you know, their childhood homes by parents that fucking reject them. So there's economic woes there. We have a lot of fucking people in marginalized groups who are tremendously impacted by economic issues. They're not exclusively the ones impacted by those, but if you solve these problems, you are helping lift a lot of people up. It's not about class reductionism. It's about recognizing that this is a fucking systemic problem that affects pretty much everyone in society.
It's about recognizing that the social progress that we've had is great, but has come at the cost of the absolute looting of the working class in this country to the point where it doesn't exist anymore. So, and if we don't stop focusing on kind of like more social issues exclusively and start looking at this economic, because this is the game. Do you really think, let me ask you a question. And this may seem obvious to some people, and if it is, I'm sorry. As a company, do you think a company really gives a flying fuck if they're selling their Pepsi to a lesbian couple that's allowed to get married or a lesbian couple that isn't allowed to get married?
Fuck no.
No.
Not
so
really. Just
as much of a win,
spends the same.
As much of a win as it is that lesbian couples and couples of any combination of gender can get married now in the United States legally, as important as that is, and I don't want to strip the importance from that, all of this has happened despite that. So those lesbian couples, if they occupy the bottom part of the economic strata, they can get married now, but they can't afford to pay the bills on their fucking apartment. They can adopt a child now, but they can't afford to pay what it takes.
Can't afford to feed it.
Can't afford to feed a child. Can't afford to clothe a child. So you want to start talking about people being excluded from what you would call a happy, safe, and healthy life. You're not able to talk about it unless you talk about shit like this. Scroll back up and look at the headline, TJ. Read it for us one more time.
Nearly 4 million Americans have been out of work for at least 6 months.
There you go.
No problem.
So let me read a little bit of this article. Jennifer Davis lost her job as director of catering and special events at a small restaurant chain within 15 minutes of Maryland, shuttering bars and eateries in mid-March. Nearly 10 months later, Davis is still looking for work. A 20-plus year veteran of the restaurant industry, she's applied nonstop to a wide range of positions, including in management operations and as an executive assistant, with little to no response.
Hey, TJ, even if this is true, people like you and Paul have called for these horrible lockdowns and stuff. Because I never called for that. I've never said that. Never once.
Well, a lot of the economic depression is
because of you guys. You guys say you care about the common working person, TJ, and they've lost their jobs due to these horrendous lockdowns.
A lot of this economic depression is happening even in states where there have been no lockdowns because people are simply afraid to frequent these businesses. It's happening because of a pandemic. It's not happening because of a lockdown. And the lockdown could have been the negative effects of the lockdown could have been easily mitigated if you just given people a UBI like they did in any other fucking civilized country on the face of the earth.
What to who? You're not talking about government, TJ.
Our government is such a fucking fail pile because they're so fucking bought. They've got fucking corporate dicks 20 miles up their fucking asses, so they're never gonna fucking lift a finger to help anybody.
Why would companies want the UBI though? But why wouldn't they want them? Because people would just be going to those big box corporate chains anyways, and giving their money back to them.
I don't get it either. Andrew Yang made this fucking point when he was doing his bid for president.
I agree with him.
Giant corporations are gonna fucking benefit from this shit because people need this money to live. They're gonna go right back and give it back to them. But at least now, at least capitalism doesn't start at zero anymore. At least there's kind of a little buffer zone. Now that's not the system I would prefer to happen, but would that be better than what's existent now? Yeah. Absolutely.
Of course.
But as we have it right now,
put in place now with this pandemic going on. Imagine if that had been going on. A lot of people would have lost shit.
I have friends that work for unemployment offices right now. A shit ton of people are getting kicked off unemployment right now because they've reached the limit. Because they've reached the limit of how long you're allowed to be on unemployment. There's not been an extension there. So even though Congress just passed this new shit where it's like, yeah, we're going to fucking bulk up unemployment again and give more money to people on unemployment. A bunch of people have just been kicked off on unemployment and they can't get back on. So it's like fucking useless.
You know what's
people
crazy,
are just going to be on the street. People are going to be fucking starving and none of these fuckers give a shit because they don't have to because no one holds their feet to the fire. No one holds them fucking accountable for this shit. No one's even talking about these fucking issues. Everyone wants to do fucking performative bullshit at this point.
And I don't. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Scotty. I know you were trying to jump in.
What's crazy about that too is because even the fucking watered down bill they passed because Trump dithered on it, a bunch of people that are even entitled to unemployment still, there's a gap. So it's like 2 or 3 weeks where some people are not going to get anything. And you're right. There's other people who are not going to get shit. And it's like, what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do?
I know I've talked about it on one of our properties at some point, but not to drive the nail home. But this rent moratorium that happened for people, most but not all. So a couple of states have covered this, but most of these rent moratoriums, when they expire, your landlord can sue you for that money. Your landlord, and they will. Your landlord can go, okay, well, now you got to rent moratorium's over. So you owe me not only this month's rent, but the last 6 months rent or the last year's rent.
And they were still evicting tons of people because they were just finding other ways to do it. They're using intimidation. They were basically just going and literally locking people out of their own homes.
And who do you think suffers disproportionately from this shit? If you want to talk about the cross-pollination of racial and social justice and economic justice.
I think the rich landlords suffer the most, Paul.
You're right.
Not getting paid the rent.
You're right.
Let me tell you this. The people who are on the bottom rung of the social ladder are always going to suffer more from these kind of fucking deleterious social effects. So
100%.
That's fucking...
And who is and what race is disproportionately at the bottom of the social ladder here in America?
Blacks.
Yeah,
who had an uprising this summer protesting the deplorable conditions in black ghettos in big cities in America and
Black America and its allies.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? What's that word that I now understand? Intersectionality.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It needs to
I
start.
Don't know. I can't. I'm not going to claim I understand it because it is a little bit.
Well, here's how I understand it.
It's a Venn diagram, right? It's like that's how I fucking.
Here's how I understand it. When you're talking about the problems that people have in this country, there are multiple layers to those problems, and all need to be addressed.
Sure.
For example, a black man has a certain social barrier in this country that you can graph via unemployment rates and all kinds of systemic racism, right? A black woman is regarded with even less care in our society. They have an even higher incidence.
Because they have to deal with woman problems and they have to deal with black problems.
And that's what we call, have to deal with
poor problems too, not necessarily, but
that's what I mean. Those very often come with problems of very extreme poverty. It's another element of that intersectionality that needs to start being addressed by feminism and by political thought based around social justice and racial justice. 100%. We need to stop calling people like me that are alarmists about shit like this class reductionists.
I'm 100% with you on that one.
So you guys, I'm trying to wrap my head around this before we move on. So you guys, okay. So the rich and powerful people who own all these politicians, or might as well own all these politicians, the people that have all the money, their money should be given to a bunch of fucking bums. You guys are out of your minds. It ain't gonna happen, guys. Ain't gonna happen. It's the only time it's ever happened. Has usually been times where people revolt. If we're being honest here, like, or there's been massive uprisings, like, because what's the incentive? Give a bunch of poor people money? Why? Because they don't give a shit about them. Why would they get like? Oh, it's like, oh, the poor. Yeah, they'll there's food banks or something for them, right?
Right, and then they wonder why the Target gets burned down. It's like, how the fuck else are they going to send you a message?
Oh no, the Target was burned down.
All right. So speaking of the riots, I believe this is something that happened during the riots. Despite mayor's claims, city tried to stop release of video showing police running over woman. Records show the battle for video of the incident that critically injured Martina Stanley in South Shore stretched on for more than a year. The activists who fought for the release of video of a Chicago police officer running over Martina Stanley with a police SUV in 2019, so I guess this was not this year's riots, maybe this was a different thing, had to go to court to get the city to turn them over. A judge ordered them to be turned over in August, but it wasn't until November, a full year after the incident, that the city released uncensored footage from the incident that it injured severely Stanley, records show. Activist William Calloway made the video public last week. The videos, comprised of footage from body cameras worn by police officers Brian K. Green Jr. and his partner, Maceo C. Taylor, show Stadley. We're not going to play the videos, by the way. I just don't want to trigger a fucking thing. Show Stadley laying in the street, bleeding from her head, her legs crushed under the SUV's tire. It was at least 8 minutes before paramedics arrived to treat Stanley, November 13th, 2019, near 71st Street and Jeffrey Avenue in South Shore. Upon finding 32-year-old Stadley on the ground, the officer driving the marked SUV said to her, "Girl, ain't nobody hit you like that." And then, with blood visible around her head and her leg under the car's tire, he said, "Oh, shit, fuck," according to the video.
Okay, let me ask you a question here.
When asked, hold on, I'm almost done.
Right,
when asked about the year-long battle to make the video public, Mayor Lori Lightfoot denied the city fought the release of the footage, but court records and documents allowed by Calloway's legal team show the battle stretched on for more than a year. So the mayor's full of shit. Surprise, surprise.
I just want to ask you one question, TJ. How could this woman possibly been hit if she was in the street, TJ? She went into the street and she got hit by a car. Do you belong walking down the highway, TJ?
I suppose you don't.
Would you?
You probably shouldn't walk literally on the highway.
She's innocent, TJ.
I don't think this is a highway,
ran in front of their car. She probably ran in front of their car, put her leg out. You know what it was, TJ? Trying to get paid a big settlement by the city. That's all it is. It's all money, TJ. Don't you know nothing? You just said these the poorest people, didn't you? A second ago, TJ. They got an economic incentive to be crushed by the police.
Oh.
Didn't think about that way, did you?
Didn't think about it that way.
Like me.
Didn't think that big. Didn't have that big brain take.
Wow, man. I just gained a couple wrinkles in my brain from that shit, dude.
Wow. Scotty fucking
welcome.
Getting rid of the smoothness of our smooth, inferior brains and giving us these big brain thoughts. So I wanted this to be part of our ongoing. I want there to try to be at least one anti-Biden story per Flash Fried for as long as he's in office. So I'll thank the audience, by the way, for helping me with that. So hopefully I won't have to go find one each time. But I thought I'd play this. This is a really short little clip here, 18 seconds long. Okay, this is Joe Biden talking about the Patriot Act. Watch Joe Biden. Is he going to valiantly stand up against the Patriot Act? Is that what he's going to do? What do you think? He's going to do that?
Yeah, I think he's going to say the Patriot Act is a disgusting invasion of American privacy and should be struck down immediately. And we should not let fear govern our civil liberties here in America. We have a Bill of Rights that should not be impeached by our fear. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. And then he immediately grabbed the nearest gay guy and gave him a high five. That's what I think is going to happen.
Sounds accurate.
All right. Let's take a look and see if that's what happens.
Just to set the record straight, Almost the same thing that got passed, the Patriot Act, was introduced by me in 1994, and it was the right wing that defeated it. You guys tried to help get it passed, including the wiretap changes and the rest. So, because we have a vote.
By the way, this is not him having a senior moment. This was before he started really having those, and he's telling the truth about this. He tried to get basically Patriot Act light, Diet Patriot Act passed in 1994 when there was really no even like rationale for it.
Yeah, he just woke up one morning. He's like, you know what we ought to do? We need to fucking increase our ability to spy on American citizens. I think we need to get rid of some of these stupid civil rights, man. Get rid of that shit.
They just wanted to legalize it. Let's not fucking kid ourselves and say they're not doing it.
They were already doing it.
Can we legalize?
We need to rubber stamp what we're already doing to cover our asses a little better.
Well, basically that's what it is. It's covering their ass. It's saying, oh shit, if this ever comes to light, then we'll look like we're the bad guys and in the wrong. Then they just realize they can just spin it politically and just still pass it and just break the law and it doesn't matter. Oh, they have these courts now, guys. Oh, these surveillance courts they have to go to get the warrant. Like it's not just a rubber stamp.
Ladies and gentlemen, harm reduction.
Hey, here's the thing, Paul. If you have an entire, let's say you have a giant ocean, right?
But Trump would have written a worser Patriot Act.
Let's say there's a big old ocean, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Big old ocean, okay? Big old ocean.
Uh-huh.
And I go up to that ocean with a teaspoon, Paul, and I grab up a teaspoonful of water, and I take that water away from the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Have I not reduced that ocean, Paul?
I mean, no.
It sounds like something from the Phantom Toll booth, TJ. Move the fucking desert with
I have reduced it by 1 teaspoon. We have
Tweezers.
1 teaspoon less harm.
On the second to second time scale you have, but eventually the teaspoon goes right back into the ocean via your urine or your death.
So what if I send that water into space and it never comes back?
Space harm reduction.
So Biden's horrible. And this is why he has to be fought tooth and nail every fucking step of the way, just like any other president we're going to have. Trump had to be fought tooth and nail every step of the way. Biden, you can't treat Biden any differently. If you guys, anybody who thinks that they have a reprieve now is a fucking idiot. I'm going to actually, I got something where we can even talk about this more a little bit later. We're going to watch Schwarzenegger's fucking, in my opinion, disgusting fucking speech.
How dare you say that, TJ?
But he's not the only one making it,
I'm going to crush you, TJ. Do not say my speech was cringy. I will smash your little puny body.
I mean, you probably could. Schwarzenegger is looking really well. We'll talk about him when we get to him.
This is Conan Sword.
Let's go. Let's switch gears for a second. Let's do a little lighthearted story. It's a little lighthearted story.
Let's do it.
Husband on leash breached Quebec's COVID curfew. I don't know why they're showing a dog.
Dude.
I'd rather they show
on a
the
leash.
Fucking,
Come on.
This is Canada. I think they can marry dogs in Canada, can't they?
Obviously.
Oh, yeah. Canada. Right. I forgot Canada was backwards like that. Residents of Quebec are allowed to walk their dogs after curfew, but not their husbands, which is bullshit. I think that's discriminatory and needs to be fucking addressed.
That's true.
A couple in Canada have been fined for breaking COVID curfew rules after the woman was caught walking her husband on a leash, according to local media. I mean, what? Who cares?
How's he supposed to poop?
Let her do it. Yeah. She's going to let him go in the house? The woman reportedly told police she was just walking her dog near their home in Sherbrooke in Quebec province. On Saturday, the province imposed a nightly curfew between 20 o'clock and 5 o'clock. 20 o'clock, fucking ridiculous.
24-hour time, TJ.
20 o'clock, dude.
Ugh. Walking a dog close to home is the only acceptable reason to be outside between those times. The pair was spotted by police around 21 o'clock on Saturday, just a short while after the new rules came into effect. The couple reportedly told police they were following the rules for pets. Isabel Gendron for the Sherbrooke Police Department told local news. I want to know, is this like a BDSM thing, or was this just them like flouting this rule, like fuck you kind of thing? Or was it both?
Well,
bro,
flouting the rule.
I don't know. I think it was a BDSM thing, probably, and
dope.
It probably made it hotter that they were out past curfew. She was probably like, you know what? You've been a really fucking horribly bad dog. You know what? There's dirty pandemic outside. Now, I'm not even supposed to be walking you, but I'm going to take you out and make you lick these filthy pandemic COVID streets, you nasty, nasty dog, you bad boy. So it's probably part of his, naughty training.
Jesus,
I would imagine.
Get me horny on Maine here, Paul. Jesus,
whoa!
Christ.
I didn't realize, dude. Trust me, dude. I don't. The depths of your kink. I don't know. I didn't realize you were a leash dude. But whatever.
I mean, I wasn't until just now when you fucking
on a choke
painted that poetic picture. But all right. So there's this little lighthearted story. What is this? Oh, okay. So I watched this on my stream last night, but I realized immediately I have to play this again for you guys. So you guys remember, I think it was last week we covered it. It might have been the week before, where there was that crazy woman, that crazy Karen, who accosted that black father and his black teenage son, and she actually ended up physically assaulting them and stuff because she thought her phone had been stolen. It ended up turning out that she'd left it in an Uber or something. Yeah. So she did this extraordinarily ill-advised interview with a news reporter. I want to fucking show you.
No, man, this is gonna be bad, isn't it?
Oh, this is so bad. It's so fucking bad. Here you go.
What made you think that Keon had your phone? That's why I'm confused. Why did you think he had it?
I was approaching the people that had been.
Love the daddy hat. Such a wise decision on fucking.
What is that about, man? Why?
Yeah, bring that into it. Bring that into it.
People are fucked up nowadays, dude. We live in a fucked up world.
It's a messed up world out there.
It's a messed up fucking world, dude.
Because in my mind, anybody exiting is probably the one that might be the one that is trying to steal my phone. I admit, yes, I could have approached the situation differently, or maybe not yelled at him like that and made him feel, maybe some sort of inferior way, making him feel as if I was hurting his feelings, because that's not my intention.
So you just said you had no evidence.
Sweet. I really never ever meant for it to hurt him or his father.
Yeah, when you physically accosted them and attacked them and shit, it was never meant to be any sort of attack.
Man, and I'll say that they dealt with it a lot better than I would have. Some random asshole went and grabbed me. I would have fucking knocked that motherfucker out, dude, if I could. I mean, if they're tougher than me, then I'll just get my ass beat. But beyond that, no, there's no fucking way. They were just
Mr. Internet tough guy over here, huh?
No, I'm actually, I'm Grimace.
Let's see how tough you are when I fucking.
You want to take on Grimace?
Come on over here. I'll fucking take you on, bitch.
Chances. What are the chances this is just a fucking
publicity stunt?
Total fucking planned out publicity stunt that happened.
I mean, I guess there's some chance. I don't know.
It's got all the hallmarks to me. Her wearing a daddy hat. That's to call attention and make people. It's like when they do in a commercial and have some wacky shit that has nothing to do with the product they're selling you happen. Like a polar bear comes in and shits out a can of Coke or whatever. You know what I mean? That it's the same type of thing. It's it's got all the hallmarks of a totally planted, totally scripted, totally fucking utterly fabricated story at this point.
Are you saying
this doesn't even
on
seem
both
real.
sides? Or just from her end?
I'm saying possibly on both sides, but at the very least on her end, because I haven't heard from the other people involved. They might have been just kind of unwittingly involved in her play acting, but I don't believe anything that happened was serious.
Yeah, she does seem like
I can't take her seriously. Play a little bit more of her. And let me see if I can take anything she says seriously.
Either.
You won't be able to take it seriously. That's for sure.
Everybody in the lobby asking them about your phone. Is that what you're saying?
Not everyone. Just the people that, in the meantime, while the hotel manager was checking the footage, I just wanted to do my part. As
the fucking expression of the woman sitting next to her. I don't know who that is to her.
I think that's probably her mom. I would guess. And her mother dude, go back. Hold on. Go back a little bit. I want to look at that mom's face again, dude. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I said the exact same thing last night. It's just you can just tell she's just oh my God, this is the fucking worst shit.
Oh my God, dude.
She can't
believe that this came out of her. She's thinking that live. She's like, man, I have to support her because she's my daughter, but I cannot believe that this is what my little girl grew up to be doing. She's wearing a daddy hat. Why the fuck is she wearing a daddy hat? Oh my God, I hope nobody recognizes me at work. Oh.
They will.
The footage, I just wanted to do my part as best as I could.
You just described yourself as super sweet. I know
Dude, it
you've
was like
seen the video.
CSI,
When you
dude.
look
She
at
was
the
trying to do
video,
CSI,
the
guys.
reaction seems very extreme. It doesn't seem like it's someone who's super sweet.
How would you feel if you were alone in New York and, you know, you're going to spend time with your family during the holidays and you
That's
lose
her
the one
lawyer.
thing-
That's even worse. Her lawyer looks like she is so ashamed of what she has for a client. And like, this might be the case where at the end of it, she decides to quit and pursue
I'm no
new,
longer practicing law.
Yeah,
It's someone
pursue a
that
new
has all of
fucking-
the access to the only way that you're
Yeah.
able
She
to
looks
get control.
hollow
I
inside,
just don't
is what I'm
think I would
saying.
randomly
Oh, she is a
attack
lawyer,
people,
so.
is what I'm
Yeah.
saying to you. I know you said you could have handled it better, but I just don't think I would randomly attack people in the manner in which you did. What do you think?
Nah, it's
when
the only
you
way to get
look
your
at that
phone back.
video?
Guys, you
That's
left
what
your
you
phone.
gotta do. Look, you lose
Dude,
your
I thought-
phone, you attack people until
I
it
actually
comes
have
back.
had this happen, guys.
You don't
I have
attack
left my-
people. You go for whatever the nearest black person
Have you-
is.
Well,
Have you
yeah, I
guys
mean,
ever left
obviously,
your phone
you
in an
know.
Uber? Because I have, and the first thought was I saw some black people walking down the street. They must have stolen the phone.
Dude, you know
That was
what?
my
Well, you know what?
first thought.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a story that'll fucking blow your mind, bro.
Cool.
I was walking around. This was back when we lived in Seattle, right? And my ass was itching, right? And I went into this bathroom. And as I was going into the bathroom, I passed by this black dude, right? And I go into the bathroom and I drop my drawers, and in my fucking pants was a skid mark. I shit you not, that black fucking guy put a shitty skid mark in my fucking underwears.
Wow.
And that's just
Why,
how they
dude?
are.
Why?
That's just how they are.
So I just want you to know this interview gets way worse.
Great. Let's hear it.
You're standing there in your leggings and your flip-flops, and it looks like you're just going nuts, for lack of a better word.
No, I'm not letting him walk away with my phone.
I don't feel that is
Walk
who I
away
am
with
as a
my
person. I
phone.
don't feel like this one mistake does define me, but I do sincerely from the
It
bottom
does
of my
kind of
heart
define you,
apologize that
doesn't
if I
it?
made
The only
the
reason you're on
sound
the
that
fucking
justifies-
news. I'm sorry to interrupt, but the only reason you're on the fucking news is because of the stupid shit you did. And I'm kind of with Paul. It's like it just seems like maybe you found out that person was famous, so it's like, oh, this can be a big news story. And maybe you're just generally just a moron that just looked at the first black people you saw and are like, thieves.
All right, hold on. I want to get to the really
I'll
juicy
shut
bit
up.
that's coming up here.
Assaulted him, or if I hurt his feelings or the father's feelings.
I don't believe one mistake defines anybody, but I think when I look at that particular video, you did more than just accuse him. The video seems to show that you
DFF
physically
has turned into
attacked this young
TYT.
boy.
Hey,
You do
hey,
see-
hold on, pause that. DFF has turned into TYT was just said in our fucking chat. Can I address this, pleb, real quick?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
so, can I fly on fucking private airlines like the Fat Brown Buffalo does? Can I get a fucking nice mansion like Anna Kasparian has? Can I get a nice fucking, can I show up at all the fucking galas now? You're going to have
All
to
you have to
front
do
the
with
money for that
Paul,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
we need more of you guys to get grifted before we can be like TYT. So
Yeah,
please
come on.
join our Patreon.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, let's play play like a Patreon ad every like 10 minutes.
The
Only
only
you know you
difference
can join
between
that.
us and TYT is we're only going to ask you to join our Patreon once or twice during this episode, and they would have asked you 15 fucking times already.
Let's take a
Do you remember
brief
that
break
time
from
we
our
were covering them
content.
election night, and every time we went on there, it was just like a fucking sales pitch? That we didn't even
Organically,
really any coverage.
we were skipping around, and I was trying to make this bit happen called the Chank Sweat Meter. But every time we would go, it would be Chank, but it was a pre-recorded commercial for why you needed to subscribe to the TYT network. We could never catch them live, so the bit didn't work as well
The
as it
bit
should have.
died.
Yeah,
we
it
had to
died.
go with the fucking
The Schvet
other
meter,
bit.
Be
dude.
that too, right?
But at the end of the day, the dad did end up like slamming me to the ground, and
Yeah, after you attacked his fucking child, you
Yeah,
moron.
you don't put your hands on somebody's kid, you fucking idiot. Of course, this person's dad grabbed you and threw you off their kid.
Yeah, what are they supposed to do? Just sit back and go, okay, please stop now.
pulling my hair. And
This is a troll. This is a troll. This is a troll. This is a carefully engineered and very successful social trolling that's going on. She's trying to build some kind of fucking buzz or whatever the fuck with this shit.
She's trying to get a reality show or something.
Yeah. She's trying to get a call from like TLC, you know, where they follow her around.
Life of insipid bitch. I don't know. Let's see.
I will say that.
Yeah, but I think
I like when she gets pissed.
The video we saw, it looked like you had just attacked his son.
Yeah, the footage shows me attacking his son. Attacking him how? Yelling at him? Yes. Okay, I apologize. Can we move on?
I know you're saying I don't need to, I just want to apologize, but I do think that there should be some context to your actions that day.
Okay, so basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl. I don't.
It's my favorite defense, by the way.
I'm 22 years old.
Listen, I'm 22. It's fine. I do what I do.
She's not. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm not 100% accurate, but I got pretty good troll tingles, and my troll alarms are all fucking going off with this shit.
Troll
the glasses that look like something that like her grandma would have worn. The daddy hat. The weird fucking lawyer sitting next to her. This all just reeks of a social influence campaign or some shit that's going to get tie-in, or she's clout chasing. Or
we're here to sell daddy hats, damn it.
Racism is...
Well, let's help her out.
How is one girl accusing a guy about a phone a crime?
What? No one said it was a crime.
What?
I mean, well, you attacking people.
Yeah, you grabbing him and detaining him under false premises or under false pretenses is a crime. But yeah, no.
What is the deep?
Mia, it's not. That's not the problem. You have to at least understand your actions that day. You seem to have attacked this little boy, this young boy, this teenager. You seem to have attacked this teenager about the phone.
At least she corrected it, you know.
He didn't even have your phone. That's the thing. I mean, you're saying, look, I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better.
I almost just said false premises when I meant false pretenses earlier. So you got to give her some fucking leeway, TJ.
Enough.
I can't take this. I can't take this chick seriously. She's trolling.
My favorite part, though.
Okay, all right. I'll shut up.
The hotel did have my phone. The hotel did end up having my phone. I did get my belongings returned to me.
Oh, well, then...
what happened? No. Do the fucking shit.
You seem to have attacked this little boy, this young boy, this teenager. You seem to have attacked this teenager about the phone.
Do this part.
And then it turned out he didn't even have your phone. That's the thing. I mean, you're saying, look, I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better. So I will say you're 22. I get it.
Enough. The hotel.
That's my favorite part, man. Enough of your shit. I'm gonna start doing that to people. Enough. Especially if they're really in the right and I'm really in the wrong. Enough.
Yeah.
All right. We can move past the vapid chick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys want to watch this congressman get yelled at in the airport?
Yeah.
By a dude that sounds like Batman. I'll skip the a few other people yell at him first, but we only just see them all. They're just a bunch of normal. But then Batman with the fucking wrestler voice comes up and starts. So
let's take a look.
And you're talking shit to us.
Where do you live? Where do you live? Where do you live? Are you a Democrat? Where do you live? Hey, are you a Democrat? You fucking rat!
We the people don't like you.
All things. You don't give a shit about anybody. You care about your pockets. You care about your fucking pockets. Your pocketbook. Your pocketbook. How much taxes you're getting?
You are not a fucking patriot.
So am I. You love China.
Fucker.
You in China.
You love China.
The state of political discourse in this country. Fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, you're wrong. I love America. No, I love America. No, I love America. No, I love America.
This guy's got fucking like literally one neuron in his brain that's like, bzz. He walked up to this guy like, "You Democrat?" And the guy was like, "You piece of shit! You shut your mouth, you dirty rat!"
China? Okay,
You belong to China.
Maybe
Go
Russia's
work.
better. Maybe
I'm not from Russia, honey.
Comrade.
But I'm not from Russia.
Comrade, you're from Russia. Well, you're from China.
Oh my
Well, you're
God,
from
dude, I
Russia.
hate
Well,
them
you're from
both.
China, Russia, China,
Both
China,
terrible
Russia,
and stupid.
China, Russia, China, Russia,
Dude.
China, Russia.
You know what, dude? The fucking the congressman here is just the fucking lib version of the dork yelling China at him. He turns around and starts yelling Russia back. This is just the most ridiculous ping pong match I've ever seen in my entire life. It's filled with hateable people. Could they do this outside of airports, please? Oh, that's right. Like the political class only ever hobnobs.
Trying to just get from point A to point B, and you gotta fucking walk through
Man,
this shit.
it's gonna be a
China,
lot.
Russia, China, Russia.
So ridiculous.
The state of political discourse. All right. Let's see. I feel betrayed. Ken Langone blasts Trump and Capitol rioters, vows to support Biden. Wow. Billionaire Ken Langone.
Ken Langone?
Yeah, I guess.
This guy's really brave, guys.
Home Depot guy, I guess.
It's wonderful.
I feel betrayed, said Langone, the co-founder of Home Depot, who has donated over the years to Republicans.
I love all these fucks, dude.
I feel betrayed.
Which way is the wind blowing?
And Ken Langone on Wednesday blasted last week's Capitol riot, indicating on CNBC he felt betrayed by President Donald Trump's actions that led up to the events.
Oh, fuck off.
Deadly events. I think the biggest mistake is going to make is try to rationalize what happened last week, what the president did, what that crowd did. There should be no mitigation at all. It was horrible. It was wrong. I'm shocked.
Oh, I look bad for supporting this douchebag. Oh, I never actually. No, I stopped supporting him. I never actually really supported him. I was lied to. I was betrayed.
Now. I love Biden now, everybody.
Biden was backed by more billionaires.
Now.
So billionaires love Biden. Why wouldn't they?
Oh, he's got one more.
Interest.
A brand new billionaire for Biden. Congratulations, Biden.
He might have already been one beforehand. Who knows?
About 20,000 National Guardsmen could arrive in Washington, officials say, in swelling inauguration security effort. An additional 5,000 members of the National Guard could arrive to support Inauguration Day security in Washington, city officials said Wednesday, which would increase the total to at least 20,000 in a rapidly swelling security apparatus focused on the Capitol. I think you can expect. I think they meant to say expect to see. Somewhere upwards of 20,000 members of the National Guard will be here in the footprint of the District of Columbia, acting D.C. Police Chief Robert J. Conte III said at a news conference. A defense official speaking on the condition of anonymity to comment on internal discussions said the Pentagon officials were still working through plans for providing additional security support for to the inauguration. I have some pictures of these dudes, like you see them here sleeping around.
Yeah, sit on a box of MREs.
Thought I had another article about that too. Oh yeah, here we go. So you see exhausted National Guard sleep on Capitol floor, weapons by their side. These dudes are
so they're like just securing the Capitol now.
Yeah. They just fucking moved a bunch of troops in the Capitol. I guess I had nowhere to actually put them. So
could they move some bunks in maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or set up like a command post nearby. Like this seems pretty stupid.
Yeah, they're just laying around.
Taylor was in the National Guard for years. This is pretty much standard if you're in the National Guard. Like shit like this happens. Like, oh, you're being deployed to do this thing. Is there any preparations for us to sleep?
Can we deploy a
sleep on the floor, sleep in the truck.
Deploy a bedroll or something.
I somehow don't feel like I know that there's been a lot of talk in the MAGA sphere about how they're going to do coup attempt number 2, but I kind of feel like this is not going to be the best environment for them to try that.
All of these National Guardsmen are going to be real bored, and if you show up trying anything, I think that you're going to find it a little harder this time.
But you know what happens, guys? When these National Guard turns on this country.
What if they all meet right at the door and they're like, step back,
shake hands,
so that we can open the door for you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's kind of come.
And then,
see, this guy's got the right idea using this step here. He's just like, yeah, I got me a little pillow.
Man, he's not even sharing it with somebody though. That's kind of messed up.
Well, you know, I guess.
Yeah, this seems a little silly.
Yeah, pretty weird.
Seems a little silly,
yeah.
but whatever.
Sleeping with their fucking guns by their side. This dude's on his phone, you know, just chilling, sexting or whatever.
Playing Candy Crush.
What the fuck else are they going to do? I mean, there's really nothing for them to do at this point.
Do what you do, man.
Playing, what was that? Fucking Raid Shadow Legends, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you, places to charge your phone there are fucking sparse too. So people are probably like sleeping by chargers and shit in little outlets, like kind of like airports. It kind of was an airport vibe, like a flight got canceled, but you're stuck there for days.
Yeah, you will see people laying on the floor in the airport when that happens, for sure.
What the fuck else are you gonna do? The seats are uncomfortable as fuck after a couple hours.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got
here. Dude, what they're not telling you is that these are all National Guardsmen from Ted Cruz's district, and he is about to be appointed king, dude. That's the one nobody saw coming.
Yeah. Last minute surprise.
That's the early
Ted Cruz, king of the rats.
That's the early 2021 twist that nobody saw coming, dude. They're all Texas National Guard from Cruz's district, who he has personally talked to about seizing the capital.
I want to see him come out in like a big red cape, you know, like the king's fucking cape that fucking drags along the ground, and he walks out.
Dude, you've probably never seen it. Never mind. I was gonna say like Mom and Dad Save the World. John Lovitz.
Yeah, we watched that. We fucking watched that together.
Okay, well, so John Lovitz's character, Todd. It's just Ted. He just like walks out with a fucking ridiculous pair of like poofy hose on and a crown, a big, you know, ruffled red cape with white fur on it, a sword that's too big for him to handle. Howdy ho, neighbors. Just kidding. That's my Ned Flanders impersonation, but I'm the king now. Yeah, all these National Guardsmen are with me. we have the whole command structure here, so you're screwed.
No, it's kind of old. It's kind of old news at this point, but Twitter has banned Trump. Says plans for January 17th armed protests are circulating. Twitter permanently suspended Donald Trump's account on Friday. The decision came after Facebook made a similar call. Trump's pretty much been banned from everywhere. I think I actually have a story about him being banned from YouTube too. Yes, right here.
Yeah.
Which is actually a newer story. I think that just happened today. YouTube suspends Donald Trump's YouTube channel. Wait, yeah. YouTube has become the latest social network to suspend President Trump. The Google-owned service has prevented his account from uploading new videos or live streaming material for a minimum of 7 days, and it says it may extend the period. It probably will. The firm said the channel had broken its rules over the incitement of violence. The president had posted several videos on Tuesday night, some of which remain online. Google has not provided details, blah, 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 blah.
Guys, this is bullshit. Trump said himself that people reviewed his statements. I don't know what people, but I'm assuming very official people reviewed his statements and found them to be totally appropriate, 100% appropriate. These social media platforms have always been against Trump, and now that Trump's leaving office, look what they're doing. They're banning Trump. You guys are next. You guys are next. Hey, Paul, you're next, dude. TJ, you've been banned by Twitter, haven't you? You're next, TJ.
Yeah, I've been banned before.
Yeah, there you go.
So basically, all the social media networks are banning Trump. You know.
Whatever, tokenistic, and actually invokes the Streisand effect and amplifies the things.
Twitter has also suspended 70,000 QAnon accounts since the U.S. Capitol riot, and they'd already done a mass purge of QAnon accounts prior to that as well. Twitter suspended more than 70,000 accounts associated with the far-right QAnon conspiracy theory. I'm sure that was I don't know. I doubt that there was a human being that looked through these accounts and actually sussed out which ones were QAnon. I'm sure there's probably a lot of people that were just innocent victims who maybe had talked about QAnon before.
Of course.
It's like, oh, we've seen that you meet the metrics here that we think you're a QAnon account, so we're getting rid of you.
Who knows?
I tweeted a joke about vaccines and 5G, and I got hit with a 12-hour like, you can't tweet, you can't do anything. So I'm sure.
You tweeted a joke tweet that was like, what was it again?
That Manson was trying to kill me, and I blame the coronavirus vaccines and 5G.
Manson being your cat.
Yeah, Manson is my black dad.
And Twitter was like, no conspiracy theories. It's like, whoa, it's a joke.
I'm sure if you said QAnon is bullshit tweet, they're just gonna go, oh, you mentioned QAnon, your conspiracy theory account.
I don't really give a fuck. I think that censoring mass amounts of people is going to inevitably lead to more censorship in the long run, but I really don't care. For a platform like Twitter, I think is all but useless. Like, I don't know, it's a fun place to go and throw shit out there and watch people throw shit back at you, but if it disappeared tomorrow, I wouldn't weep one single fucking tear. And the same goes for fucking Facebook. Yeah. So fuck both of these companies.
Less, dude.
You know what I mean? I'm not even going to make the free speech argument when it comes to them, and not for libertarian reasons, but just for reasons that I think that the smaller and more echo chambery these places become, the more the calls for censorship are going to become absurd, and the smaller the community that goes there is going to be. And I'm all for that. So fuck these companies. Fuck Jack. Fuck fucking I
guess
Mark
my big
Zuckerberg.
concern is it's even going to more polarize these echo chambers, but like a lot of people point out to me, the echo chambers are already pretty fucking established anyway. So
aren't they? I don't care. I mean, who cares? There's always been echo chambers on the internet, dude. You know, you were a member of a Manson forum back in the day. I remember you telling me, and I'm sure that was like a strictly enforced Manson is God or else type of echo chamber. Like those places are going to exist. The relevant powers that be should know, right, how to monitor those things for extremist shit that's being done out in the open or hidden just around the corner from plain sight or whatever. They should be doing that on both sides of, you know, when it comes to planning and plotting against the goddamn government. That's kind of their job. I'm not worried about some parlor replacement, or I don't care.
Yeah. So how much time we have left? Because Trump just made this. Just as we were going live, I saw that Trump had made some kind of speech. I don't know what the contents of the speech are. I don't know what's said.
We have about 2 minutes left here for the plebs. So
okay. So we will get to this Trump speech then. I guess we can just go to the next. We can just go to this thing and cover this as the last pleb thing. But if you guys want to see us cover the Trump speech and some other stuff, you can go become patrons right now. $5 patrons can watch it all. You also get a bunch of description below. Shit.
There's actually a link down below to the patron stream. So if you decide you want to check it out, you can do that. Just click there, sign up for the Patreon, try it out. Pay us your $5 and see if you think it's worth it. We're going to continue and do another the other half of the show exclusively for our patrons, because that's the way it works around here.
Trump on verge of second impeachment after Capitol siege.
I believe
President Donald Trump was on the verge of being impeached. You might be right about that. I don't know. I haven't looked up an update on this. So maybe there's actually a better fucking thing.
They did. So the updated version of this article is the House has voted.
Is he the first president to be impeached twice?
Yes, he is. Okay. He is the first president to be impeached twice.
Oh no!
But Mitch McConnell has already said that he will not bring the Senate into session in time to order for this, or to vote for this before Biden's inauguration a week from now.
Yeah, here we go. Trump becomes first president to be impeached twice as bipartisan majority charges him with inciting Capitol riot. Okay. Yeah.
You're fucked, TJ.
Well, drippity drew.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Mitch will crack under the pressure and call an 11th hour committee and be like, look, we just got to do this. This'll like buy us so much political capital.
He's already said that they'd only open the Senate early if every senator voted yes. So 100 senators would have to come together and say, yes, let's reconvene and have this trial. If only one objects, they can basically hold it off until... No, I mean, I'm sure they could do it. I think there's rules which they could, if the minority and majority leader agree, they could.
You ain't in the clear yet then, Scotty. You ain't in the clear yet.
Oh, come on, Paul. It's getting more and more far-fetched.
It's getting more and more ridiculous. I'll give you that. It's getting more and more far-fetched the longer it goes. But I'm telling you, you ain't out of the woods yet.
I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Like I said, TJ,
I don't blame you, but
I'm a generous guy. $900 you pay me now. I'll let you off with a $100 discount, TJ.
There's got to be a little spot of doubt chirping back in the back of your brain because, like, dude, you remember how confident you were going into election night 2016,
dude,
Scotty.
I've got this money, dude. I've got this money, Paul. I've got it, dude. I'm content. I'm happy with where I'm at right now. Look, TJ might prevail in the end. Maybe he gets some miracle thing that happens. But I doubt it.
Dude,
He's
somebody in the chat
me.
said Scotty sweating. Is that some Schvet? Scott, are you schvetting? Are you schwitzing? No, he's fine. No, he looks pretty dry. He's not schwitzing.
We'll see. We'll see.
Ooh.
All right, everybody.
Let's put on this brow.
Plebs, I'm sorry. You gotta go. You gotta fucking go.
Get out of here.
Patrons
hey, everybody,
that
are
look. Hold on.
I know there's lots of people
move,
watching this that are not patrons. Come on. There's so much content. There's so much content. There's so much content.
That's true.
Oh my God, how much content is there? There's weeks of content. There's days of content. There's content everywhere. There's content here. There's content there. There's about to be new content over on Patreon right now.
Coolman, who we charged with counting the hours of it all, told me that you could sit down. Like if you became a patron, if you've never been a patron of ours.
Months ago, we asked him to do that too. So
if you've never been a patron of ours, you could sit down and start watching all of the exclusive content on the Patreon and never stop for 2 weeks before you got anywhere near the end, and you'd still have stuff every week coming in. Ridiculous. So become a patron. Those of you that are patrons, we will see you in 5 or 10 minutes over on the continuation stream. The link is on Patreon. See you guys there. Plebs, what are you doing? What are you doing? Click the link.
Come on, plebbies. Come on, plebbies. You know you